Hey guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you're watching us from. Welcome to the Benjamin Zulu Show, one of the favorite shows you'll ever have, by the way. Okay? We are equipped to actually making you better than you were the previous minute. Now today, we want to talk to you either for those who are married and for those who are looking forward to getting married, because it cuts across, okay? Now, people are struggling through various issues, and some of them are being denied sex even though they are married. Now today on the show, Benjamin is going to tell you what you need to do when your spouse denies you sex. Dry spell, so to speak. What happens? What do you do?
Hello, you know, some topics are very uncomfortable.
Yes.
Genuinely uncomfortable. Even when it is happening, to converse it. It may take you a lot of discomfort.
Yeah.
To say that, man, so how are you? You are like a little bit about the bush. You come near the point, you change. So, where did you get that shirt? Imagine, you've already asked for a special meeting. You told me we're going to talk. And when we meet, you come near the point and me, so, who do you think will win these elections? And I can see you want to say something, but when you come close, you beat about the bush. I tell you, my brother, can you come out clean? I was asking you, do you think it's good to buy a car? So I've seen guys struggling to converse this thing because it's very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
And let's go to lady, because generally men are known to initiate.
Yeah.
When it comes to intimacy, it's easier for men to initiate, and so they're created like that to initiate. When you get married, when you become a couple now you are in the union now. You build a culture, any of you can initiate, or you build a rhythm on. Somebody was asking me that there's a universal rate. I said, I am not an expert in that field. You need to know where you're an expert, where you're not an expert. But I know that every couple finds their rhythm. Mm-hmm. Every couple finds their culture. Every couple finds their center. How, with which frequency they do what. And with the time you'll have taught each other. And that's why we said the problem with having sex before you get married is that you have not trained each other. And you're going to be judged on something, a test, before you are taught the class. Mm-hmm. It's like we meet and I ask you, I'll test you by how much you can cook for me. How well you can cook. Cook for me. But you don't know my flavor, my taste. You don't know what I like eating. That's how sex is. It's learned. We teach each other. So people train each other. And it might take you a year or 2 or 3 to find your balance. Even as you fluctuate through seasons of life. It's a dance. It's a we. So don't agree to do it outside here. You'll be judged by something that you have not been trained for. And you'll be misjudged. And categorized wrongly. All right? Yeah. Preserve it and come and train each other how you like it each, and so that now you can make each other happy. All right? Mm-hmm. So, what we talk about dry spell, we're not going to say a dry spell is 1 week or 2 weeks. We're not going to say it's 3 days. We're not going to say it's how many days. We're going to say it is that period that is abnormally normal according to your reading. Abnormally long. Okay. The people only meet once a week. Yeah. They live far apart. They meet twice a month. Other people even once a month. Mm-hmm. But I find that a little bit extreme. Don't expose each other to temptations. As I told you, when you marry, bring your woman where you are. Yeah. If she can't come where you are, don't marry her. Out together. Mm-hmm. You have a choice. Why do people say, no, it is impossible? Why did you marry an impossible person? Hey. And if one job is stubborn, you leave job, I let one of us to work, is the other one looks for another one. Yeah. I supported one woman when the guy took a job abroad because it was paying well. And then she's here being troubled by the child. The child is calling every male thing my dad. Because she's missing the dad. See, now I'm being embarrassed on the road. Because this kid is seeing a woman and her husband. And she runs calling the man dad. What does it say? Which situation are you putting me in? And she said, now, if we can't live together, let's forget it. I liked that stand. The guy had to leave the abroad job, come here, work for lesser pay to be there for his family. Can you be there for your family? And I hope that the one you end up marrying listens to this show, so that you are already set up. If you tell her you're going to see it, she'll show you this episode. But generally, man, Bramwell, it's important to live with your family together. So when you live together, you can establish a rhythm naturally, not dictated by circumstances.
Yeah.
Okay? You can have sex on Bluetooth. So if you're meeting twice a month, it can only be twice a month.
Yeah.
Other people's live and where they're working is irregular. But remember, I told you at the time when you're getting married, unless you're marrying your neighbor or your villager, you may not be living close together. You work it close, you strategize. Over this time, so that we start living together. Over this is how we change, like this. Maybe teachers or many government jobs, you may not get a transfer before 3 years. They have a minimum period of time. Yeah. So you may be posted far away within 3 years. Yes. But you're calculating after those, you try to live closely together. Again, it's not, don't choose distance, relationship, distance, marriage when you have a choice. It's better to earn less and create memories, create connection. One reason people cheat is because they are always, they are not fed well, all right? They are not full. They have malnutrition hanging around. They're always hungry. Have you seen those kids who don't have enough food? When you give them, they eat with some kind of gluttony and hunger and impatience. The food is scarce. When they see it, they jump onto it. Sex behaves the same way. If you live on hunger, it will be temptations will be all over. You'll be seeing when you have not eaten the whole day, everything looks edible because you're very hungry. Yeah. Don't keep each other starving because of distances, and ask yourself whether that money is still worth it, or whatever you're doing there is still worth it. When you're in Mombasa and I'm in Marsabit, and you're meeting once in so long, and you're saying, oh, we need the money. It's simply you say, let's migrate to one place. Try to set up yourself there. For example, if I'm the one working for government, you're working for a private company, we can run out our contract for that year. Then we start living together. We trust God, look for another job, try for other opportunities around there. So that as a family. I like it when a guy says he worked for military, he was an expatriate, or he was working for NGOs, and he moved everywhere with his family. They transferred him to Somalia, he went with his family. Italy, he went with his family. What does that tell you? He valued the family. Yeah. So if your job keeps moving, you can also move with your family there. And one lady told me that the man lives in a camp and she's not allowed to step in the camp. What does that tell you? Who are you? Are you really a partner? Or are you a subordinate? Don't marry a person who orders you never to set food. Yeah. And it's not circumstances. People contract very bad marriages because they don't trust themselves. You don't want circumstances or rules or whatever. It's that a consensus of where we are. So when we say dry spell, we mean according to your rhythm. That's abnormal. The other thing, primarily, is it's true. I want to tell you why people put you on dry spell and what you must do about it. The one reason is when they are undergoing a difficulty in their personal life, struggle that has interfered with their drive, their energy levels, that interfered with they're stressed. Stress is a big cause of lessening of drive. So if a person is stressed, they should discuss it. Okay. It cannot be that the reason I cannot, fulfill my needs, or we can't do what we always do, is because I'm stressed and I'm quiet about you, towards you the whole week, another week. What do I expect you to do? Can we mature up when you get married? The sign of maturing up is to communicate what is going on and put you in the know. If I leave you in the dark and I'm behaving abnormally and I'm not talking to you and I'm saying, it's okay, what am I expecting you to do? Up to when? She can't meet your needs, you can't do, and she's not talking. What are you supposed to do? What options is she leaving you with? Bramwell, when people leave you alone emotionally, leave them alone physically. When people behave like you no longer matter in their life,
yes,
believe them. Believe them. It can't be, imagine she doesn't talk, she just, there's her voice, she sleeps with the clothes on facing the other direction. Now 3 months have gone. What are you doing there? What are you doing there? You are the only woman who can meet these needs for me. But now you are leaving me and behaving detached and distanced, so you are telling me to sort myself. Will I continue suffering? Hanging on a purgatory of suspense, waiting for you to make up your mind when you will have pity on me. Waiting for you to return on your emotional journeys. What am I supposed to do? This is very practical. If you are going through stress, the mature thing is to communicate. And for us to try and handle it. The other thing is a dysfunction. Could have an erectile dysfunction. Or women have other conditions where they find sex painful. Or they could have other problems. If it is medical, tell me. Let us seek the solution together. Marriage, you don't come in with 1 foot. You come in here for us to handle life together. If you realize you can no longer handle life together, tell me and save me the hassle and the headache. Are we together? Yeah. Luckily for you, marriage is not a prison. So, one, it can be stressful, emotional, money issues, job issues, stress issues, and it is coming from your end only, not my end. You're having stress at work. But when you come in the evening, when we meet up, we always talk. So I know where you are. The second thing could be a medical issue. Biological, it's fluctuation or inability or something. In that case, you should also talk and seek solution together. If you have a dysfunction, a disorder, a problem, you should cooperate for that to seek solution. If you have that problem and you won't see a doctor, you won't take the medication, you won't cooperate, again, I have no obligation to sit here when you are uncooperative. I am allowed to seek another life, to simply leave you alone. Let me repeat this. Getting married is one thing, staying married is another. Marriage is not a guarantee. Getting married is not a guarantee that will stay for life. Will only stay for as long as you are committed and you're doing your part. The sexual need are legitimate needs like food and any other need. It's what makes your marriage unique. That's the only thing you can do with your husband, you can't do with anybody else. Wife, you can't do with anybody else. Other discussions you can have with other people. The uniqueness of marital bed is what makes the marriage sacred. Of course, it has other levels. How we handle our issues together, how we have a unique connection, our dreams, our visions, how we support each other. It's not the only, but it's an important component. Are we together? So far, I'm talking about the problem could be coming from outside, but you're blocking me. And you're separating yourself and refusing teamwork for that to solve it. For that reason alone, I'll walk out. And anybody asks me, say, okay, problem came from outside, but she pushed me aside. What can I do? I'm suffering here. There are people who have been pushed to cheating and changing who they are, compromising their character because they're being starved by a person. Never get to that level. Never get to that level. If a person stops communicating, blocks you, they are telling you, move on with your life. That is a message. That is a message. The third reason why people give you an dry spell is pornography, masturbation, sexual addiction, secret addictions that are sapping away the energy. Masturbation is easier than sex because you're satisfying yourself alone. Don't have to think about the other person. It aims at the climax. It aims at the release. And it objectifies the body of other people. That's why they use toys that have no emotions, or they pay people to use them. The thing that is happening in pornography and the thing that happens in sex are very different. Pornography is about domination. Genuine sex is about passion and mutual satisfaction, love, connection, mutual satisfaction. This one is domination and exploitation. They are not the same. The activities may look like they have resemblance, but they don't. Understand that. One is pervasive, destructive. The other one is healthy and mutually satisfying and enriching. They are not the same. Some people say they need to watch pornography so that they can rise to the occasion. It means they're imagining you like what they're watching. They are having sex with that thing in mind and you physically. They're using you to masturbate. It's not a healthy thing. And they have watched pornography so much, their body has gotten conditioned. They cannot rise to the occasion on normal stimulants. If a person insists and they keep it private and they blocked you and they have a lot of secrets and they have a lot of blocked and they can't let you go there and discuss it, many times it's an addiction, secret addiction. The last reason, there are many of course, but today I wanted to pick 4 to show you. The last reason is because they are cheating. They are getting it elsewhere. Now, cheating is forbidden fruit and it has more thrill. It has more thrill than the proper meal at home. It's stolen bread, is sweet, eaten in secret. So when people are cheating, the following things happen. They get the sexual satisfaction over there, but they also move their emotional attachment to the other person. That is a disaster with cheating. They see you lesser, they see the other more. They diminish your importance in their lives. They expand the importance of the other person in their lives. The most problem with people who cheat is they don't stop playing their social responsibilities. This is what complicates it. They continue performing their social
responsibilities.
They continue being kind to the kids, they're a good mother. Continue contributing the money you're supposed to be contributing, cooking, right? Picking the clothes for you. But the bedroom department, the chemistry, the spark, gone. It becomes a mechanical marriage. When they withdraw, now, Brahma, I don't know, you are being told women can multitask, but let me tell you the truth, my brother. Stop being lied to. There are some things that cannot be multitasked. You cannot love 2 people at the same time.
Yeah.
You love one and ignore the other. The moment a woman is attached to another man, you lose importance. They can fake. Some can fake. There are those who can let you have sex, but they're not into it. You are alone, just doing it on your own. And you can tell she's not into it emotionally. At some point I was telling you how to tell the woman is cheating is, there are those who can act superficially as if they are nice to you, this and that, can chat you, talk to you when you're at home. But a person who has divided attention, they always give clues, only that we are not attentive. Only that we are not attentive. No human being can play 2 people and not give cues. We are not that perfect. We are never that perfect. People are played for years, are also ignorant. God gave you a gut feeling to tell you what you can't see. Your intuition, Brahman. Your intuition. You can just see a small thing, a micro expression. For example, you suspect that she's cheating with a guy called Bernard. Oh, you did not suspect anything. There's another brother in church called Bernard. And then you enter. Bernard is calling for you. And then she's. You're wondering, you notice it, you don't ask it. But later on you think, that reaction was weird. It was Bernard from church who was bringing some stuff for you. What was that reaction about? You don't even ask her, but you can. No, I was thinking about other things. You ask her and she brushes it off. Your intuition tells you that name. Okay? And maybe she has saved Bernard in her phone as Jerry. But your gut feeling, nobody who is sensitive and observant can be cheated on for years. Nobody. It's because we are ignorant. We are presumptuous.
Yeah.
Because we are detached. Because you live far away. You meet in windows of time. So she can behave on the weekend when you are around. And they know with them pangos, you don't call on the weekend. You know the names you are called when they are cheating. My friend, if you learn how you are labeled, the dog is around. Yeah. Imagine being called Mbwakali. That's the names they call you when they are cheating. You know? And only when you are within windows of time and you are absent can they play their games. There's a reason, Pramil, I want you to live your life together. To remove the temptations and also be able to journey through life. If something happens and you are in contact, you will sense. Your intuition will tell you. Yeah. If you are, and especially Brahman, if you're prayerful, God will always show you if something could be cooking behind the scenes. You will get a sense. It will not go all the way. When people tell you 16 years of cheating, either they tolerated it, they avoided seeing it. Do you know why we avoid getting truth? It's very painful. Many times we knew, our intuition was telling us, but we argued with our intuition. We argue, because the truth is too uncomfortable, you don't want to deal with it. You keep saying, no, it's not possible. No, it's not possible. In police investigations, there's a book I used to read, was called Police Files. They were saying, no perfect crime. There is no perfect crime. All crimes leave clues. The perfect crime does not exist. And one reason that does not exist is the justice of God. There are some crimes that have gone years without being resolved, of course. Some people have killed the people and dissolved the body in acid, and it's called vanished and dissolved. But also go and check online, you find crimes that were solved after 20 years. After 20 years, 30 years, it was resolved. Especially in developed countries where they take justice seriously. And people can follow. You know, I was watching documentary on killing criminals. One was called Wanugu, was killing people with recklessness and going. So one guy dedicated, because he had a lot of spies in the police. So they would tell him when he's about to be cornered, he runs away. So the guy was running after him, said, no, I don't want anybody. Let me run after him alone. That's how he succeeded. Because now he's alone, nobody can tell where he is. And he was able to get inside the circles. And in the club they are drinking, in the hotel they are in, dressed like a mechanic, taking soup like them. You know, in that world we don't solve crimes because they are not committed. They are being given 1,000 shillings to tell out the secret. And this guy is killing people. I like those documentaries of excellence to know the principles, because the principles are the same. There's no perfect cheating. There's no perfect crime. There's no perfect lying. There's no perfect dishonesty. And because it becomes a habit, eventually to leave clues. To leave clues. One investigator was saying they can never do a perfect job. Calm yourself. Don't look for big evidences. Many people cheat are waiting, who face cheating. They are waiting to get the person flagrante delicto in the very act. It is rare, brother, to get people in the very act. Those fools who bring people into your bedroom, that's not cheating, that's curses. Are we together? Some things are not cheating, really. They are total disrespect and iniquity and transgression. You're not supposed to fight them. Don't do anything, don't hurt anybody. If they can bring a man to your bedroom, correct yourself. You married a prostitute. Just say sorry to yourself, go test to check your health, and thank God you have survived a life, and leave. That is another level of transgression. It's not normal. It's not normal to take another woman to the bed where you're being with a woman. It's not normal. It's abnormal. It's sick, pathological. There are people who are not supposed to be married by anyone. We married some people because of our ignorance. There are some people who are so inhuman. They should not be anybody's wife. Not anybody. They have no heart. They are heartless. But what we do, we sample them in the bedroom as well. I have found when people, they explain who they married and ask them, how did you end up with such a human being? They don't have any qualities of being loyal, wife, husband to anybody. You know, you got pregnant. Of course I knew it. You did not study them. You jumped in. So you're saying, Brahma, the reason we take long to discover cheating is not that it's invisible. It's that we lack the emotional strength to deal with the truth. What is the solution? The day a person puts you on dry spell, start by remembering what I told you. All change in human behavior has a reason. Hey, carry that with you to the bank. All change in human behavior is patternistic. Rest on that fact. Nobody is mysterious. Don't be lied to. People's lives is patternistic. Any change, sudden change, she suddenly locks her phone. She suddenly starts coming home late. Suddenly starts quoting lateness in job. Or she's suddenly nice, bringing you gifts out of nowhere. And it's not a material she's listening that is teaching her how to beef up her marriage. Maybe she's trying to assuage her guilt.
Yeah.
That she's still a good woman anyway, she can treat her husband. When you see a sudden change in behavior, somebody is losing interest in your intimacy. Many of them quote childbirth. The woman gave birth to the child, and he's quoting that to say 1 year. But the guy now said after maybe 2 months, whatever period, because of our condition, it was okay. And the person is still quoting, and ignoring your emotional needs. Always remember, all change in human behavior has a reason. Now your job is to find the reason. In finding the reason, don't argue with suspicions. You can never make decisions based on suspicions. You can't even be sure yourself. You can't gather people to say, I'm leaving because I'm suspecting something. No. You can't even take suspicions to court.
Yeah.
This person can turn the story against you. It's been 3 months. We have not been intimate. But I was unwell. And they'll flip the story. No, you are not unwell. I was unwell. I just did not want to bother you. I was taking medication. They can fabricate stories. Don't blow up. The moment you ask them, and they just give excuses, you ask once, or you ask twice, keep quiet. Carry out your investigations. And you carrying your investigations, don't look for mountain of evidence. Don't make decisions based on suspicions, and don't look for
mountain of evidence.
People are not stupid. They will not leave everything on the open.
Yeah.
People try to cover up. Even children, they eat sugar and they try to wipe. People try to cover their tracks. Crimes are never unveiled by a mountain of evidence.
Yeah.
Rarely. It's just a clue that leads you to something concrete. So what you are seeing is that physically, they usually, you travel, imagine travel all the way to go home, the way you have been going on a kur, wherever, and you come home as dry as you went. You come back as dry as you went because you was disinterested. Or she took a night shift. Another night shift, I saw somebody joking that the bride price for nurses should be half. Because they don't sleep at home. It's just a meme. You marry a nurse, should pay half. Because they don't sleep at home. I think he was frustrated after marrying a nurse. Of course, not all nurses are nice shift, but I liked the concept of saying, "What should no something? I'm getting half." I think he's likely to go back and again. Can you return some amount? So she starts getting sudden, too many subsequent night shifts, and you know this girl. You know her. You know, when you get married and you're sincere, you know her levels of energy. Yeah. What has changed now? She's not responsive. She's not. You have asked, no, it's because of the work. So, okay, you suspect foul play. Now play a spy and maintain a calmness. If you're not able to do this, Brahma, you will never find out the truth. This is where most people don't. Because they hate the work of admitting there might be a problem. That is an ugly admission. Yeah. You wanted to imagine your relationship was perfect and ideal. Okay. Be realistic in this world. Trust people, but when they give you reasons to investigate. So how do you investigate? The softest place to target is their communications. You may never find the act. You may never see them together, but their communication. So is the soft spot. Check the communication. Sometimes you can just be alert. Be alert. There is no perfect crime. They'll forget the phone and go to the washroom. And you see the text. Even if they have locked, sometimes text they play on top there. When you find it open, don't screenshot it. You may find it difficult to transfer a screenshot. Take a photo of their screen using your phone. That's a quicker operation. And if you can see the person calling, gather your evidence slowly, compost. That's the hardest part of investigations. Because you're feeling infuriated, you're feeling anxious, you're not sure, you're supposed to act normal. But it is essential to dig to the root. Are we together? You can also go to the extent of hiring experts to give you the communication behind the scenes. If they lock away or you're only meeting 2 days a week or the things are impossible, you can't pop in and announce. If other things fail, There's some guys you can pay, they give you the communication track of that person. Even the text they deleted, they don't delete in the systems. You can get the communication track. But in all your investigations, make sure in the way you're investigating, you can justify it should you be caught. You can say, no, me, I'm trying to find out what is the truth. This person has changed behavior. I have asked you several times, what can I do? And I've trusted you with my heart and my life. I want to find the truth, know that I'm still safe here. Are we together? Do the kind of investigations that you can justify. Are we together? Lastly, so we are saying, take the spy mode. Go underground. But target the communication, the movements. A person's movements are very telltale, very telling, very telling. The one thing you need to be sure about sex, which makes it very easy to discover, is that it must be personally present. If it were drugs can be sent by a person. Yes. Are we together? If you suspected drug dealing, you can send it by person. But sex, they must come physically. That is the second soft spot of cheating, which you can detect.
Yeah.
Find out on the night you suspect they were not around, on that evening, who they were with. Now, you can go around, because you might know the person. You would send your friend to check out that guy. Your friend to check out that guy. And chat that guy, and then to record the conversation. He can admit fully with your friend recording the conversation that he moved that guy according to. You get it? So, check the communication, the movements. Be ready to spend some time. Avoid using too many agents because they can reveal your spying. Yeah. But there are some people who can genuinely help you. All right? Some people actually sympathize with you. The last thing you do, Brahma, is spiritual. Sometimes when you are left in the dark, ask God to help you.
Yeah.
When you're sincere with God, He's very helpful. Very helpful. He will make that other person to call you by mistake.
It happens.
You make this guy to text you the text you wanted to say. God can bring you very, very when you're seated. I saw one chat where people were being asked, mention the awkward ways in which you found out your partner was cheating. If you saw the things that happened there, somebody forgot their socks in the car, forgot an item. Just so when you ask God to reveal some things to you, He will reveal it plainly. Once you find out, of course, confront them, see their attitude. You don't always walk out because of cheating. It's very painful, it's very traumatizing. But if you only walk out depending on how they behave after they've been found. You don't walk out because of cheating. You walk out because of the attitude of the cheater. Please, God will not send people to hell because of sinning. He will send them because of the attitude of the sinner. Are they repentant? Are they arrogant? Are they ready to change? Are they self-defensive? Are they counter-accusing? I told you a funny statistic. I observed that many people were baptized by mistakes. They were circumcised by a blunder. They realized they can lose what they value after they messed. They said, oh, then they changed. Let me tell you the truth, Brahman. You may save your marriage depending on how the person behaves and how ready you are to walk out if they're not ready. Yeah. If they're not ready to change. So don't say, me, I can't leave. You have to change. Don't say that. I can't stay here when what I contracted for is not there. Check the attitude. If they're genuinely repentant and you see reform, that marriage is saved. But if they cross or they just hide more, you find out they're still doing, no. Don't wait for diseases. Yes.
Okay. That is it. Benjamin, before we go, there is this category where a group of, especially women, are the ones who use this tactic of using sex as a manipulative tool. If you don't do this, you won't do it.
Oh, so they can send you on dry spell because you're not giving what they want.
Yes.
Don't accept prostitution with your wife. It's sex trade. It's barter trade. You do what she wants, she will reward you with this. What is going on here? You could have done this with women out there. Yeah. What is the difference between her and the one who's selling on the street? And maybe their prices are lower than this one. No. Don't enter that trade. Women, you are lowering yourself to those call girls. You're lowering yourself to the twilight girls when you sell yourself to your husband. Let the meeting of sexual needs be constant and unrelated to what is going on around our relationship. Don't make it an exchange. Of course, we said sometimes you do it joyfully because you are excited of how you guys are doing, but let it be. It can be celebratory, but you don't withhold yourself because of something he has not yet done. Don't relate them. Don't relate them. Let you be constantly the wife, constantly the husband, constantly the partner. And when you need to ask for something, just ask. If they don't respond, deal with the failure to respond.
Yeah.
Don't hold back or use this to punish. Yes.
Right. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching the Benjamin Zulu Show. Till next time.